Shalom, Akim. This is your Hebrew Israelite brother, Mashab, here in the city of Detroit. I'd like to give all praises and all honors to Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahweh Shai, by Hashem, Rakakadash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of the great millstone that taught us the truth, peace, and salutations to the hopeful elect. Shalom, Akims. Welcome to today's lesson. This is your Hebrew Israelite brother, Mashab. We'd like to go ahead and get started. Today's lesson is on Isaiah chapter 3, starting at verse 25. We're talking about the draft situation that's going to be happening here in America, you see, and all over abroad, but mainly right here in America, because it's going to be another terrorist attack. It's going to be, you can see all the signs of all the nations gathering together against America. You see, Russia just gave some nuclear technology information over to North Korea. In North Korea now they have a missile that can go as far as Washington, all the way to the White House. This is what North Korea has. Okay. And so they're able to bomb the White House with a nuclear bomb. That's what North Korea is able to do now. So that means that they're able to launch an EMP over America. You see. And so you young men, you mighty young men of war, y'all are going to be taken up, gathered up on the streets and took it in to the boot camp and to the FEMA camps. Okay? And so we're going to start this off. This Isaiah chapter 3, started verse 25. Thy men shall fall by the sword, and what is that talking about? They're talking about the mighty young men when the martial law police, when they come rolling through the neighborhoods, they're going to come 10 to 15,000 strong. And they're going to be rounding up young men. They're going to have prison buses all loaded up, lined up all along the main streets, the checkpoints, and even some of the side streets are going to have those prison buses lined up, ready to load on the young men. They're going to gather up young men aged 18 through 32. They're going to be gathered up. Thy men shall fall by the sword, and thy mighty in the war. What war? What war we're talking about? We're talking about World War III. That's the war that's coming. Right now, it's coming, and it's in effect right now over there in Ukraine. That's the war that they're fighting right now in Ukraine. Okay. And so a lot of the young guys are going to be gathered up and taken over there to the boot camps. Okay? Taken over there to it's going to be a 6 to 8 week crash course boot camp that the young guys are going to be rounded up and gathered up for. As well as some of the guys are going to be rounded up to be taken to the FEMA prison camps to be made into slaves. You see, they're going to be, either way it goes, they're going to be rounding the young men up and taking them away. When you see them rounded up, the great roundup, once you see that, you're going to know that you're not going to see those young men again. Those are mighty young men of war. You're not going to see them again. Let's go off into some precepts concerning that verse. Okay? This is 2nd Chronicles chapter 29, verse 9. For lo, our fathers have fallen by the sword, You see, and that's what's going to happen. Many of the young men in the streets are going to fall. You need to take a good look at right now and see what type of material that you have for soldiers. You don't have no good soldier material. Look at the young men in America today. They're all strung out on drugs, opioids, heroin, crack, blows. They doing it all. Fentanyl. They doing it all. You know. Plus they drinking lean and so they doing it all. Everything that they're doing right now is it shows what America is about. You got a bunch of transit, a bunch of guys that done cut their rods off and became a transgender. They don't know what they're doing. We got a lot of gays and lesbians in the gay community. And what is the young men there going to do? Are they soldier material? No. You got your heterosexual and your homosexual young men of the day that are not men. They're not men. They're effeminates. They have female tendencies. 1 Corinthians chapter 6, verse 9. They're not men. They're not men. And our sons and our daughters and our wives are in captivity for this. Because that's what's going to happen. They're going into captivity. Once you see the young men rounded up and hauled away, and they're going to be using those drones. They're going to be using drones to fly all through the neighborhoods as the martial law soldiers comb up the streets, the alleys, and in between people's houses. That's what they're going to be doing. Rounding the young men up, age 18 through 32. That's what they're going to be doing. Jeremiah chapter 11, verse 22. This not going to be a long video, okay? Therefore, thus saith the Lord, Yahweh of hosts, behold, I will punish them. The young men shall die by the sword. This is what the Lord has made clear. He's going to punish the young men. They shall die by the sword. He's going to kill them. Many of them are not even going to make it to the battlefield. They're going to be killed right here in the neighborhood. Once those drones fly overhead, they're going to know your location. They're going to know where you're at, whether you're hiding in the field, some bushes, abandoned car, abandoned building, wherever you're hiding. You're going to know. The soldiers are going to know. The drones are going to know. And for some of y'all took the vaccine that's got that radio wave chip in it. The drones are going to know exactly the radio wave sound that's being released from the radio wave chip. They give off a signal. And the drones are going to pick up that signal. And they're going to know your location. And then they're going to alert the robotic dogs. And then the robotic dogs that's got those rifles strapped to their backs, they're going to come gunning for them. And remember, they're going to be using precision aiming, computerized precision aiming. When you hear pow, somebody's body is dropping. Hopefully it won't be yours. You see. Their sons and their daughters shall die by famine. They're going to die by famine. They're going to be choked out by not having no food. That's a horrible, horrible way to die. Not having any food. When you see the people all lined up at the checkpoints, because the martial law police they're going to be going through, they're going to be kicking in doors, and going in, beating and raping the women and the children. They're going to take the old men, question them, and then shoot them dead right there on the spot. And the young men, they're going to gather them up and take them to the prison buses. Because they're going to make the young men into slaves and into soldiers. Crash course. Boot camp soldiers. They're going to be placed on the front line and used as human shields. This was going to happen. This was going on. This was about to be in place. And it's not going to be any food. It's going to be a food shortage. Do you see the grocery stores and the convenience stores and the gas stations? All these places are not going to have any food distributed to these places. The people are going to be in such an uproar, they're going to bust into the stores, bust into the supermarkets, and loot and raid whatever food that's in there that they can get. Then after they do that, of course, that's going to cause more tension with the martial law soldiers, and it's going to be the people against NATO here in America, and the people are going to be mad as hell at the U.S. government. They're not going to trust the U.S. government anymore. They don't trust the U.S. government now. You see, this is Jeremiah chapter 14, verse 18. If I go forth into the field, the people, then behold, the slain with the sword. You see, because if he going to go forth into the field, that's going into the people. The field represents the people. You see, then behold the slain, because he's going to slay with the sword. That means cut down with a gun. He's going to cut them down. You see, they shall be slain. They shall be the slain. And if I enter into the city, then behold, them that are sick with famine, because they're going to choke the food out. That's what's happening right now. You see the different chicken and beef food factories that's being burnt up. They're being burnt up and kept from fully functioning properly to be producing enough food for the people to go out to the different supermarkets, different things. All that's being choked out. You have the shipping containers out at sea. Those are not making it to the American shores like they're supposed to. You have the truckers. The truckers, in many cases, they're either striking or they're quitting because they're not getting paid enough money. They're not getting paid enough money for the work that they're doing. It's causing a famine. It's causing a famine. Yea, both the prophet and the priest go about into a land that they know not. You see? That they know not. This is wickedness. Jeremiah chapter 18, verse 21. Therefore, deliver up their children to the famine. That means starve them out. Starve out the children. And it's a sad thing to watch. Not only yourself starve, but to watch your children starve. Not having any food, no energy. Not even having enough energy to defend yourself. I remember when I went 2.5 days without any nourishing food, my body was so weak, all I was able to do was just lay down. I was so weak. I was so happy to go ahead and eat. I was so happy to feel the nourishment going into my body. No, I don't want to starve. I don't want to be in a situation where I'm faced with cannibalism. I'm faced with, okay, there's only, all I have to eat is just human flesh. Somebody I see laying dead, I can go cut off some flesh and boil it and start cooking it and start eating it. No. There are certain diseases and different things and psychological issues that are happening when you eat human flesh. It causes a certain psychological disease to cause the person to go crazy. You see? And pour out their blood by the force of the sword. That means kill them. That means shed their blood. You see? These are the things that's going to be happening to the young men, the women, and children here in America. This is what's going to be going on to the old men too. And let their wives be bereaved of their children. You see? You see? These are things that are going to be happening. And be widows and let their men be put to death. Because that's what's going to happen. The great roundup of all these young men age 18 to 32, they're going to be rounded up and taken in to either boot camp or to the field camp, made into either slaves or made into soldiers. And if they made into soldiers, they're going to put on the front line and used as human shields. You're not going to see them anymore. You're not going to see them anymore. And on top of that, on the battlefield, they're going to be using microwavable weapons, gamma rays, with focused beams, widespread beams for a widespread area, and penetratable beams for one individual. They're going to be giving them. They're going to be cooking guys' insides. Guys' insides going to be cooking inside their foxhole like a hot dog in a microwave. They're going to explode. The guys literally going to be getting cooked from within. Let their young men be slain by the sword in the battle. You see? In the battle. Let their young men be slain by the sword in the battle. That's what they can look forward to. That's what they can look forward to, because that's what's happening. That's what's coming about. That's what's for America. You see, and you have to get yourself ready in tune with who? With how about Shimmy Shaq, so that you're not starving, so that your children are not dashed into pieces, killed, ravaged, raped. You see, that's why we push this truth. We worship Yahweh Shimmy Shaq, mighty God. Jeremiah chapter 19, verse 7. And I will make void the counsel of Judah and Jerusalem in this place. You see, that means all that we want to speak about and talk about is non and void. And I will cause them to fall by the sword. That means no legislation that we can put together, no type of counsel that we can put together that will stand. There's nothing that we can put together, no type of coalition, of politicians can help us. None. You see, none. Before their enemies and by the hands of them that seek their lives. You see, they seek to kill us. They seek to kill us. Remember, they're always trying to reduce the population here on planet Earth by 80%. That's what the Georgia Guidestones was telling us, remember? And their carcasses will I give to be meat. You see? Their carcasses, their bodies, their dead bodies. It's going to be meat. Meat for the fowls of the heavens, for the birds. For the birds are going to eat. There's going to be a time when the Lord is going to feed the birds the flesh of the wicked. You see? The flesh of the wicked. And for the beasts of the earth. You see? You can count on these things. Jeremiah chapter 21, verse 9. He that abideth in this city shall die by the sword. What city? America, the great city. The great city, America. Sister Babylon. You see? This mystery Babylon city. And by the famine, they're going to die by famine. Okay? Starvation. And by the pestilence, that's the different diseases, and viruses, and different things, and tumors, and cancers, and different things that's going to pop up on people. When people took that vaccine, they're going to develop Revelation chapter 16, verse 2, a grievous and newsome sword. That means a pus-filled, oozing, pus-filled, cancerous sword is what they're going to get. But he that goeth out and falleth to the Chaldees that besiege you, he shall live, and his life shall be unto him for a prey. That means scarcity. That means he is in trouble. Really. He's not saved. He's in trouble. Now, Lamentation chapter 2, verse 21. The young and the old lie on the ground in the streets. You see? My virgins and my young men are fallen by the sword. You see? You see? When the martial law troops come through, they're going to be killing, slaying people. You see like what's going on over there by the Russian troops going through all over there in Ukraine. They're killing them. They busting in, raping the men, raping the women and the children, killing the old men because the old men know about old times. And when there's war times, you want to kill the old because after the war is done, you don't want the past remembered. They want to start off with the new, with the children then. You see, all that they didn't slay. Thou hast slain them in the day of thine anger. You see, the Lord's anger to slay them. Thou hast killed and not pitied. You see, because the Lord should not have pity or mercy. This is the Lord's doing. This is His doing. This is Yahweh Shai's doing. Because it's time for America to pay up. The blood that's been shedded here in this land has been our blood. And the only way that you can cleanse the land, purify the land, that you must shed the blood of him that shed the blood. And the one that shed the blood is Esau, is Edom. That red devil, the so-called white man. His blood must be shed. In order for there to be a remission of sin, there must be a shedding of blood. In order for there to be a remission of sin, there must be a shedding of blood. You see? And we coming to understand these things. We understand these things. You see? Amos chapter 9, verse 10. Look, first of all, let's pause for a moment. I'd like to take the time to remind you to press the like button. Go ahead and press that like button. That helps out for the algorithms of this YouTube channel. And also, press the subscription button. Press the subscription button. If you haven't already, go ahead and press that subscription button. And press the notification bell. That way, you will receive special notification alerts each time that I release a new video for your spiritual edification. With the water. Now let's get back off into the word. Now, which saith, the evil shall not overtake nor prevent us. You see? Let's read that one more time. Amos chapter 9, verse 10. And the sinners of my people shall die by the sword. You see? Because the Lord, He's going to cleanse the land of the sinners. You see, remove the sinners from the earth therein. You see, when the time comes, when the time we got the trouble. We say the evil shall not overtake nor prevent us. You see? And they're going to be slain because all this time you have so many people that don't even believe that the Lord is coming. They don't even believe. They don't even believe. They don't even understand. You see? They don't even understand what's about to go down. You see? And the Lord made it clear what He is doing to make sure that His children, hopeful elect men and women and children, are taken care of and provided for. He's going to make sure that He feeds us and takes care of us and gives us water and wine and shelter and protection. He's going to do this for us. But the mighty young men of war, y'all hit. This is Isaiah chapter 26. Isaiah chapter 3, verse 26. And her gates shall lament and mourn, and she being desolate shall set upon the ground. You see? Let's go into some cross-reference of that. You see? You see? We'll read some of these cross-references. Then we're going to close it out. This is Jeremiah chapter 14, verse 2. Judah mourneth, and the gates thereof languish. They are black unto the ground. That means dark skin. The word there for black is the part, and that means dark skin. And the cry of Jerusalem is going up. You see, going up to Yahweh Shai. You see, we crying out to the Lord. When, oh Lord, when are you going to come and kill this red devil? You see, destroy him and remove him from power. The ways of Zion do more, because none come unto the column feast. All her gates are desolate, her priests sigh, her virgins are afflicted, and she is in bitterness. You see, talking about America, you see. So we're gonna go ahead end the video off there. Lord's willing, you will spiritually edified by today's lesson, and hopefully you receive some spiritual edification. Hopefully you receive some precepts that you can use to put together your video, so that way that you can feed the sheep. So remember, as good shepherds of the Lord, our job is to feed the sheep. You see? And so, and we'd like to give all praises and all honors to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rakakadash. Double honor to the apostles and the elders of the great millstone that taught us the truth. Peace and salutations to the hopeful elect. Shalom to the hopeful elect.